The afternoon heat approached 100 degrees. Dressed out in full football gear, Coach made me run because I jumped off sides in practice. Coach was upset with all of us that day. Because of my mistake, he was especially brutal on me. The heat tortured me as I ran laps around the field. But it wasn't just my football gear I had to bear. Coach thought it would make a greater impact to carry a car tire over my football helmet resting on my shoulder pads. All I could see was the inside of the tire filled with old grass clippings, bugs, webs, and water. Yes, water. You know, the water that collects inside tires, left outside, saturated in moldy yard waste. And boy, was I thirsty. You see, our team had performed poorly. Coach was so mad that he refused water breaks, even as we approached the 2-hour mark in practice. I was desperate for water. Hearing the hot, putrid water sloshing in the tire, I didn't hesitate. Tilting the tire just slightly so the splash of the stenchy water would spray on my face, hoping maybe just a few drops would settle on my parched tongue as I slowly jogged around the field. I think this is how Jesus wants us to thirst for Him in our walk, craving Him in the moments of desperation and the joys of life. Jesus desires us to want Him as much as He wanted His Father while He walked the earth. Is it possible to thirst for Jesus in the scorching 100-degree situations in your life? Or do you quench your thirst with the world, when the rejuvenating freshness of the living water is all you need? Spiritual thirst evolves out of a deep desire to want more of Jesus, not wanting something from Him. I've found that the only way my passion for Jesus grows is spending intentional time drawing closer to Him. Like when my wife, Lori, and I started dating, we were immediately drawn to each other. And the more we spent time together and grew to know each other, the more we wanted to be together eternally. Passion begets passion. As our passion grows for Jesus, we will want more of Him. His attributes, His character, and heart are so gracious, amazing, that we want it all. We want to be one with Him eternally. But becoming one with Jesus comes with a cost. The cost is, well, it's everything. We must be willing to relinquish our goals for His, our plans for His, our dreams for His. I know it sounds like a lot to ask, and likely it will present some struggles for you. I've struggled along the way too. Occasionally, I have to recommit myself to Jesus when I pick those things up that Jesus told me to lay down at the cross. Maybe you've dealt with the same thing. Giving it to Jesus, then taking it back off the cross because life gets hard. But 35 years into my walk with Jesus, I'd have it no other way. I'm all in. Thank God, literally, that Jesus is kind, forgiving, and gentle as He waits for me to come to Him and to thirst for Him. So how do you know if you're thirsting for Jesus? This is going to be a pretty deep theological answer, so get ready. You know you're thirsting for Jesus when you want Him more than anything else. And I mean anything. While I'm kidding you about the theological comment, it is a great and simple truth. Let's keep our journeys simple with Jesus. When we do, we'll be amazed at how Jesus changes our heart and draws us to Him to quench our thirst. That tire water, it did not taste too good out of that hot practice field that day, and it did not quench my thirst. Only Jesus has done that. Are you thirsting for Jesus, or has life absorbed your schedule to the point where Jesus only has a placeholder in your day? What I've learned is that when you thirst for Jesus, He quenches your thirst with the living water that flows through you to touch others. Talk about this in your session. I look forward to sharing with you again soon.